Hi, everybody. I'm here to answer all of the questions that I have been getting over the last little while. So, the first question, and what I'm going to go through in this video in general, I'm going to go through an update from the Galactic Federation. We're going to talk about the Nordic ET that was found in the Antarctic, and then we're also going to talk about the helicopter plane crash. So, first of all, I asked them what the delay is with ships being seen in more visibility, and they said that basically they were like, we gave you a date range. We said that we would be phasing in from the 20th of January to the end of March. They're like, we are still within this date range. The reason why there isn't as much visibility as we would have hoped at this point is because they don't operate within linear time. They're giving us a general time frame where the energies are moving into alignment. So they don't move into alignment based on time. We are the only civilization in this galaxy that operates with the same kind of definitiveness when it comes to time and timing. They very much work within the confines of energy and alignment. So with that, they were also speaking to, it just hasn't been the appropriate time for that energetic alignment to take place. What's happening right now, especially in the United States, collectively, we've kind of dipped into a little bit of a lower timeline. All that means is that our frequency has dipped a little bit, and that's okay. They move, frequencies and timelines move up and down. You're not you're not stuck on a lower vibrational timeline. Oftentimes we have to go onto a lower vibrational timeline to purge the density that is existing on that timeline. So that's totally okay. It's just what's coming up. That's why you may be feeling more density in the collective, more fear around stuff happening in the collective, and all of that stuff needs to come up so that it can be felt, so that it can be released. So because we've dipped down, obviously that makes it even harder for us to be able to stay at an energetic vibration to come into alignment, but that's coming. And I've seen for months now that March, between the eclipse and between the equinox in March, there is going to be a big energetic shift within the collective. And by that time, the ships will be seen in full solidity. And it's not that we haven't been seeing ships at all. There have been lots of sightings of smaller craft all across the globe. So that's part one. Part two, speaking to the ET that was found in Antarctica. So this ET being was basically placed in stasis at this time so that it would be found at this time to basically shift the timelines that we're on, because not only did it make, disclosure happen a little bit faster, it brought this kind of knowing into the collective consciousness of being able to see one of these beings in the physical. He did confirm, or the beings within the Galactic Federation that I was speaking to did confirm, that the craft was built around 500 BC, so like 2500-ish plus years ago. And the purpose was very much to create internal shifts within the collective consciousness and within our individual energies and consciousness at this time. It was all about what's happening right now to speed up the timeline for ascension now. When I asked about whether this ET was still in the physical vessel, they said no, he was given the opportunity to leave the vessel. I specifically asked, was it an opportunity that he gave himself or an opportunity that somebody else gave him? And they honestly were very unclear about that. And to me, it kind of felt like the mission was finished, like the mission for that incarnation for him was finished. He set out to be put into stasis at a certain point for a certain amount of time. And now with that mission fulfilled, he was ready to leave that incarnation. So, and also they also wanted me to clarify for those that are interested, when he was in stasis, it was just his physical vessel that was in stasis. His consciousness was able to move and interact and project and basically have like a totally normal life just on the energetic side of things, while there was a physical incarnation that was still being held in one space or one frequency or like one time energetically. So that's pretty interesting. And then moving into the helicopter thing, so I asked specifically about this, and they said that basically the helicopter driver was not in his right mind. It feels like there were certain orders or commands that made this individual not be in their right mind. And it was targeted against an individual that was on the plane. So it felt like there was a purposeful conflict there, or a purposeful, it feels like it was very much on purpose and targeted. So it feels like separate events to me with the ET and the helicopter, but very much adding to the collective weirdness and the collective density that we're feeling, which is kind of keeping us energetically, not keeping us, but it's what has kind of precipitated us being on this lower vibrational timeline temporarily while we're kind of like feeling all of these things. And then we'll eventually move back onto that higher vibrational timeline as we move in and out of the highs and lows of cycles. We got to go into the low so we can feel it, so we can purge it, and then we'll get back up to where we were originally. So I love you all. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day.